I worked for the state correctional system in Washington for 15 years, transitioning offenders out of prison. For 18 months, I was kind of stuck in addiction, and that's like an understatement, to be honest. I started getting on prescription antidepressants and anti-anxieties, prozac, klonopin, diazepam, celexa. My doctor tried to switch me on 6 different regimens in 6 months, so my brain was kind of going crazy, and on top of that I was still drinking, and it just kind of spiraled me down. I have a vague recollection of running out to the tire swing in the backyard where my husband and my kids were chasing me because the side effects from the medications, I just wanted to die. And who I am now doesn't understand how I was ever at that point. But I remember, and we cut that damn tree down because it was just a memory for me that it's too much for me to handle. In my mind, something was telling me that that's what I mean, it was driven. I needed to do that. And when I recall the looks on my kids' faces, that time and there was more than one. Never to that extreme, but I definitely became suicidal. I was hospitalized for 5 days in a cardiac ICU right before I came to NAD, actually. They had to medically detox me. They said that my gallbladder and my kidneys were damaged, and I was pretty sick. I got to a point where the withdrawals from something was going so wrong with my body that I felt like I was going to die. It was actually a miracle that my husband's best friend was married to Julie and was like, you've got to try this NAD because you've tried inpatient treatment. I went to inpatient treatment in October of 14 and walked out of there. I think I was sober 3 days, and I just hadn't broken the cravings or I didn't have withdrawals because I had been inpatient for 28 days, but I was in the wrong mindset. I was like, I'm just going to go back and can still be that person who can drink. Because prior to the 18 months where I was on medication, I was able to drink and maintain my life. I had a career in corrections for 15 years. And it just started to spiral down and get worse. And then NAD happened, and I got my life back slowly but surely. And when I first got NAD, I felt like it was like a miracle. Like, I need to spread this to the world because it saved my life. It got me unstuck from something I couldn't get out of. My kids lost their mom for 18 months, and it's still very emotional for me. Within 3 days of treatment, it was like I had a mind clarity that I hadn't felt. I don't know when the last time I had that kind of clarity. Just because it was like it was like I woke up from a coma or something. And I think by day 6 or whatever, I'd gotten a gym membership, and I only had, what is that when you go down to like 4 hours a day? And I went and worked out at the gym for like 5 hours. And I mean, it was like I had this energy that was just never ending. I didn't ever have any withdrawals. That's what I thought was so amazing about NAD, is that there was no withdrawals. Drinking alcohol on a daily basis before I got on medications or whatever was just the norm for me. There wasn't even a thought in my mind. I feel like God doesn't put you through things that He doesn't want you to go through without having a bigger picture in the end. And I think that I hit rock bottom and I went to hell. And I was able to get out from under it because of NAD. And so for right now, I feel like my goal and my purpose in life is to expose NAD to everybody else, because there's people that are stuck out there and they just can't get out. And in 10 days, that's, for me to think that 10 days it can change somebody else's life. To be able to see that transformation in somebody else, because all I know is what it did to me. I haven't been able to see it, how it does for other people. That's my passion. I wake up every day just excited for the next day. Even when it's cloudy in my mind, even when I'm sad, you know, I'm still grateful to be here because I would never want to go back to where I was. The NAD allowed me to get out from underneath the addiction, and now my real life starts, you know.